Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a beautiful morning it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You've stepped into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. I am your host, and as always, you know that we are going to talk about the things that we need to talk about. And I encourage you daily, when it's those difficult conversations that you want to have, this is the place where you can have those difficult conversations and feel rather calmly doing it. Today is just like the others. We are going to be talking with a gentleman today on an area you know that I'm totally in love with, and it's our children. We're talking about our children, and I've got the principal here with me today, and our principal, Vick.
Yes.
And he is with Warrington Preparatory Academy now.
Absolutely.
I love that. So even with the name that's being changed. But the fact of it is, I'm so glad we've been trying to get this to work to get you in here for a minute. But today, hey, look, God had it already assigned what day it was going to be. Absolutely. I really believe that. But thank you for getting up and being able to come in. And I understand that the vice principal, Mr. Lovely, couldn't make it, but we'll get him in here later.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, look, you are the principal of Warrington Preparatory Academy, and I was looking through the website and I saw all these things. I said, okay, things are growing, things are happening.
Right.
And during our conversation just before we go on air, you're not from here.
I'm not, no. So I'm originally from North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was raised on a tobacco farm, so I'm really a country boy at heart.
Country girl.
Yeah, so not from here. North Carolina. Spent the 8 years prior to being here. I was in Tampa as a principal of a kind of a turnaround situation.
Right.
I had a school that was a dropout prevention program.
So that's really what you're doing here, because, you know, like I was talking to you, we try to get rid of that stigma. When it comes to our kids, what we got to do is put our best foot forward so we can make sure that they are equipped for what tomorrow holds for us all. And it all, I think it begins right here.
Absolutely.
And there are situations and times where things that we have some areas, but there are people like you that will come in to make that difference right here for our kids. And I want to say this because I want to get this with our viewers today. Sure, we've heard the stigma about Warrington Middle School. Well, that's what it used to be called. You know, I can't get that out of my head. But the fact of it is, when I was going through the website, I can even see, I believe in this light that illuminates.
Yes.
I could see that by even just looking at the website.
Yes.
That there's a difference there.
Absolutely.
That you have brought something there that's allowing the light to shine through. And even to see that there, I know there's got to be something that you're doing that you brought to the table to make a difference. Tell us a little bit about that and what your plans are, even from the name change.
Absolutely. So we are a Charter Schools USA school.
Right.
Charter Schools USA is a network of charter schools here in Florida, and we have a few other schools in Louisiana and North Carolina, I think South Carolina as well. So this is the first of its kind. No other charter school has ever taken on a turnaround situation in the state of Florida. So this is new. We got the school about 58 days before the school year started.
Really?
So we worked with the school district, try to get everything set up, had to go in there doing complete renovation. No, I wasn't the principal for year one, so I came on year two. So for me, it's just the experience. I love the experience of turnaround work. I think a lot of people, like you said, have a stigma about schools.
Yes, of course.
And it's hard. So the one thing that I'm really passionate about is trying to prove to the community of Warrington that we do deserve an A school. So I go in there with that mindset. I don't go in there like it's a job. I go in there to serve. I get the opportunity to serve the students and the community. So
that's great. And you know, when you say that, because like I said, I tell you, rest my mother and sister soul, they were both educators. And the fact of it is that I think it's a love that you have for the kids, and to go in every day. And I can hear my sister right now in my mind. I mean, but I understand what you're saying. And with this thing, I think with our kids, now this is just me, even with the kids who are the ones that, because I had a son that I had to cluck him upside the head many times. I mean, but I understand that a child that's rebellious, a child that you'll have more difficulty with, and just because they may have to go to a charter school, that child needs the same kind of love as that one that's an A student.
Right.
And I think that's what I see, because I saw even in the gym where I could see that what I think light brings on love. I mean, I think the brightness, as Dr. King would say, darkness can't run out of darkness. It's got to be light that's going to, you know, illuminate. And that's what I see. So therefore, I think that you are bringing on a change. And with the fact that with Warrington, it had a low grade, the school. And what curriculum, or what is it that you're doing that's different that you feel that's going to make that difference for the kids?
I think it's what you just talked about, the light. and just basically cleaning up. I think Walt Disney said it best. If you keep a place clean, people will respect it.
Exactly.
If you let it get dirty, they'll only make it worse.
Exactly.
So I think we had to go in there with the mindset that our kids deserve the best and kind of project that. So curriculum, books and everything, they really don't teach. People teach. So it's about getting the right people in place. It's about the relationships we're building. It's about communicating with family, communicating with kids, seeing students as individuals. So a lot of people think at Warrington, oh, the kids are just bad. I've seen people say unruly. But these are kids, middle school kids. Their brains aren't developed. They're kids. They don't make adult decisions. Sometimes they make adult mistakes, adult choices, but we can't task them with making adult decisions. So
exactly.
It's about having that grace and just coming in and loving on the kids.
No doubt. And, let's say this. I mean, we all made some mistakes.
Yes.
Lord, I can remember. Yeah. Thank God for mother. I mean, like, they may not do like my mother did with cluck me, like, bomb, she'd knock me crazy. But even though we don't do it like that, although I think we should, I believe there's train up a child in the way that they should go. Sure, they won't depart from it. But he also says, spare not that rod. Yeah. I mean, don't spare the rod, just spoil the child. Yeah. I'm an old school.
Absolutely.
I believe in it because I thank God for my mother and father. I believe that's what got me to be the person I am today. No question about it. What they laid the foundation with me. And with the children and on there, I see you're going from what grades to what? To the 9th grade?
We're expanding the 9th grade. Super excited about that. A lot of people are like questioning, like, what's going to happen with the 9th grade? What's different between the 9th grade and the 6th through 8th? So our 6th through 8th, we are a zone charter school. So by default, the students who live in our zone can attend our charter school. The 9th grade is going to be completely like application based. So right now we don't have transportation for it. We're looking at how many applications come in to see if we can offer transportation, but the program is going to be dynamic. It's going to be
Wait, I want you to talk.
WPA. So it's going to be workforce readiness, a whole new workforce ready curriculum.
Oh, wow.
Prototyping with gaming, AI, cybersecurity, esports. We're outfitting the building with a whole new gaming lab, whole new computers and technology for the students to come in. And that A part, which I'm most excited about, is that academic piece. So we got workforce, prototyping, academics. The academic piece, we're going to bring in the Cambridge ACE diploma program, which is highly competitive. Students who graduate and earn the ACE diploma by taking the 7 courses they need to take, passing those assessments, will get an opportunity to earn a full Bright Future scholarship. So, that's tuition free for the whole state of Florida in the public school. So,
really?
Yeah.
That's great. I was, as you were speaking, I was thinking this, okay, if you worked and turned the school around, and where were you from, Tampa?
Yes.
Your record's gonna speak it for yourself, so that's why they got you here, so that you can be there to help to turn this around, so we can get the parents. I want to we'll talk about getting the parents involved.
It's been a challenge. A lot of our parents, they work, and a lot of folks, we spend more waking hours with the students than a lot of parents do. So we give them opportunities as much as possible. I've been doing what I call the coffee with the principal. Usually hold it every first Tuesday of the month, but it's been sparsely attended. So what I'm
That's with the parents?
Yeah. It's not their fault, Okay, it's just the timing.
Not.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's the timing of it. But we'd love to have more parents in to come in if you're, able to come and help read and listen to kids read, come in and help push into a classroom. But one of the things I have to be cautious about that, because everybody's not quite ready sometimes. So we have to, if we're expecting parents to do that, there needs to be time to train and to have the teachers ready to make sure there's something for the parents who are coming in and volunteering to do. In addition to that, I'm excited to we get ready to have our first semester award ceremony to be celebrating kids who, did super well first semester.
That's going to be exciting.
Exactly.
So when that's going to be?
We got it scheduled for Friday of this week.
Okay.
But I'm looking at all the awards and it just seems overwhelming. So I'm going to talk with my counsel when I get back to the school. Like, are we really ready for Friday?
Right.
Because, teachers just went out of the way, most improved, recognizing students for their stellar just effort the first quarter, first 9 weeks.
But that's only going to inspire that child.
Absolutely.
I believe that when you go and a pat on the back will cause you to do more than just you understand what I'm saying? A pat on the back, well, that does something for an adult. That would even make an adult want to do even more. So can you imagine what that child is going to feel? Now you've got a program and this award is going to be given to John for doing this. And I think that is a great idea.
Yeah.
That's going to make the kids, going to give them that unction to study more.
Absolutely. So
that they can work toward getting another award, because nobody can tell me that a child does not like being recognized.
Truth.
When, as they would say, give me my flowers.
Right.
And that's a good thing. And I want to go as far as all of the curriculum. Now, what is it? Is it just, I noticed what you said earlier, that with this, is it just like the regular, the read, math, arithmetic, all that, the same things? And the ones that you're having the most difficulty with is, what would it be?
So math is always a struggle.
Yeah.
Because what happens in math is usually as adults, we make up our mind whether we like math by like 3rd, 4th grade. So you have, parents who will say, I was never good in math, and that translates to the kid feeling like I might never be good at math. So I always challenge parents, if you ever want to talk about math, don't tell your kid I wasn't good at math.
Exactly.
Say I had challenges in it. So because that puts in the mindset that maybe I don't have to be good at math. So math is one of those things, even hard to find, qualified math teachers. So we're always looking for talent. If you're a math teacher out there, Pensacola, Escambia County, wherever you are, if you want to come over to Warrington and help us out, we'd love to have you.
So you need administration, people, teachers, all that.
Yeah, we're hiring, and we even hiring into next year. We're projecting forward for the high school. So we're looking for subject area teachers in high school, people with the technology background to teach some of those things like gaming and esports. So we're going to be looking at, but particularly math. I always love good ELA teachers for English language arts. Right now I have 5 tutor positions that'll be pushing into the classroom to help support kids, because the challenge is, like I said, our students just need more.
Oh God, they do.
They need more. So yes, I'm a big person about free time. I like free time, but I give you free time when we get ahead.
Exactly.
So I don't, it's not drill and kill. It's about coming there, giving you more. You might not be, risky enough to raise your hand and say, I need help. So we want to have somebody who can sit beside you, help you, and just kind of walk you some of the work.
Do you run into that a lot, that sometimes kids are afraid to say, or they feel like they are behind, or another person is more advanced than they are, that causes them to not ask for the help that's needed?
Absolutely. I think, kids, just like adults, don't want to feel inadequate.
Right.
So sometimes with a child, it's easier to project something silly onto someone else or act out rather than it is to ask for help. And a lot of our kids sometimes are even uncomfortable, like we talked about praise, they're uncomfortable receiving praise. So it's always like, I'll give you a compliment, and it's got to be something negative from the kid underneath that. So we just have to reculture, change the whole culture around so that kids can feel good about what they're doing, value learning. So.
And I want to say this to all of our viewers for the community, number one. We as a community can help.
Yes.
As far as with the children there and the community. Let's be that link that can help the kids. If you want to volunteer, don't talk about it, be about it.
Absolutely.
Come on in and be that person that can help with the change. And if we want to, so we can take that negative thing out of our kids' vocabulary and show them, okay, that may be a little difficult, but we're going to help you. You're going to overcome that.
Right.
It's our wording that can change a person's heart, mindset totally.
Absolutely.
And if a child feel like you do not believe in them, you're going to be more rebellious. Why should I? You don't believe in me. So I see what you're doing. And I think that's a great thing. And I want people that are viewing us today, I want them to hear what I'm about to say. If you're at home, you can volunteer.
Absolutely.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. So be that person that wants to go out and lend a hand. I hear so many times when people, we got this problem over here. Well, that's a F school, that's a D school. Then that lets you know it needs help. And we're always talking about being that person to come together. Action speaks so much louder than words.
Truth.
And I think what you're doing, I see the videos that you, I went through looking, I was listening to your videos that you put up, and I think that's good, because you are using the things that kids are using. Kids have these things in their hands all the time.
Yep.
So therefore, when you're talking, and I said, oh, good idea. So there it is, boom. Whatever it is that you got coming, that you're working with, you're using technology to reach those that are seeking the help so they can feel comfortable.
Yep.
And I think that's great. You make me think about this other gentleman that I had on. He's out at, can't think his name of school, which was school, but anyway, they got this program where he's doing something like you, but they called it a dress down Monday or something. Everybody comes to school in a suit.
Oh,
and
wow.
Now, even the teachers are wearing a suit. The kids got on that. They got a selfie spot there to encourage them that this is what's going to have you looking good for tomorrow. And I see the concept that you're using as well, which is great. And I want to hear from our community today at 850-432-7768. Let's talk to the principal today, Principal Vick, so that let's give him some, some help. 850-432-7768. We're talking about our children. We're talking about our future right here on Sunshine's Corner. Hey.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Do you have a house that you want to turn into cash? I'm Mike with Mullet Man Buys Houses from Pensacola, Florida. Maybe you inherited a house, are facing foreclosure, have tenant issues, or the house is in general disrepair. I buy houses cash, in as-is condition, and close in as little as 3 weeks. I can provide you a competitive offer the same day I walk through your house. With Mullet Man Buys Houses, you can find the easy solution to put cash in your hand as quickly as possible.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, we believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to this Wednesday edition of Sunshine's Corner. Good morning to you. Welcome in to the hottest spot in town. And yes, of course, when I say hot, we're talking about the things that needs to be discussed. We have Principal Vick with us today from Warrington Preparatory Academy. I love saying that.
Yeah.
That says something within itself. When you say Preparatory Academy, I mean, you bring something to the table. And we were talking off camera about the fact that we need volunteers.
Yes.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go out, let's help the boys and girls. If there's how can they get in touch with you? How can they what do they need to do to become a volunteer?
All right, so the process should be clear on our website. So if you go warringtonprep.org, go to that website and check it out. There is a fee because you will need a level 2 background screening.
Right.
Just to make sure we have, good folks in front of our kids.
Right.
So for some people that could be a barrier, but if you get through that screening, just come on in and we'll set you up with opportunities that we have available at the school.
Absolutely. So come on, people, we can do this, right? Yes, we can. Let's think about our children. You know how it is. Let's think about our children so we can get them educated, get them prepared for tomorrow. And with the programs you have there, and I cannot get this little girl that's on when you first open up your website. She's this little girl, got the prettiest little smile on her face. She's doing something on a computer, but it's like she's saying, okay. I mean, it's just, I think that's it just grabs you, to see that she's enjoying. And let's say about enjoying. I can remember back in the day, yesterday, when I was in school, yesterday, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed going to school because I was getting there to hang out with my friends, and I know that even in class, as I'm learning, but I was glad to be there. Do you have a challenge with that?
We do.
You do?
Yeah. I would say it's just so the difference between where our kids are now, our kids never get away from it. Like with the social media we talked about with the phones.
Oh, God, yes.
It's just 24/7 ongoing. Like our kids are connected, but they're disconnected at the same point in time. That's why we have more kids with, social emotional issues, mental health issues, because they have access to information, but they're not good at making that interpersonal close relationship with people. So some of the things that our kids are not really enjoying, they can be surrounded in a room full of people and then still feel alone. So those are some of the things that we have to combat.
Like this.
Yes. They all the information is there, everything's there, but they can still feel alone. So the whole enjoyment piece, it just comes with being successful. The more we're successful at things, the more teachers are able to praise them. We have
like with the awards coming up this week. That's going to be a success story right there.
Yeah, we do. So, I mean, anytime you go to a school that's turnaround, behavior is going to be always a challenge. But 80 to 90% of our kids are knocking it out of the park. They're doing everything they need to do. But a lot of times in turnaround, the focus is always on what kids aren't doing well.
Exactly.
So we need to make school more enjoyable for those 80, 90% of the kids that are coming every day doing everything they need to do.
I believe that will even draw some of those rebellious ones. Will cause them to come on over to the other side. We have to work a little harder, but it's there.
Yes.
And when it comes to social media, when it comes to with the electronic devices, when it comes to the phones, let's say, are they allowed to have them during school hours?
They are not. So we take them. We allow them to turn them into a bin in the classroom.
Right.
Some students try to sneak off into the restroom and then use and communicate, but that's 90% of the discipline problem. It's stuff that is coming in from outside of the school. It's things that kids are getting into on social media, group chats. If kids can just unplug for a little while, I think we'd be better off.
When you say go to the bathroom and use the phone, I mean, they really, but that I think, and that's just a pet peeve of mine. I think people should put these down. When you said that we don't know how to communicate, very few young people can sit there and have a conversation with you.
Right.
Because this is their conversation piece. It's all of these little icons they use. It's not spelling the words out, and half of those LOLs, and I just learned that not long ago. I mean, that. Yes, shaking my head and all. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think if we would remove some of that, don't misunderstand me. I think that sure, technology, yes, we have grown and we're yet growing, but don't take away the foundation.
Right.
Because if you lose that, you've lost a battle. Because if you cannot communicate to me, if you cannot express yourself and tell me what you're feeling from me, I'm not going to sit there and read your text. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was talking to a girlfriend. I said, don't text me. I'm not going to answer that way. I pay for this because this is a telephone. That means talk. Talk to me, because you're not going to know if I have a headache. You're not going to know if I don't feel well by texting.
True. Yeah.
By my voice, you're going to say, something is wrong with Sonshine. She's not, I don't hear that liveliness today. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And I think that's with the children as well. What are your plans to get the kids, or should I say, to get Warrington Preparatory Academy up to the grade point that it needs to be? Because it was really low.
Right. So some of the progress we've already made, like last year, we scored higher than the school has scored in the last 10 years. Had the state not changed the grading scale, we would have gotten a C. So we were 2 points off the C. So we've been tracking our data. Like we took the statewide progress monitoring 1, progress monitoring 2, and the early signs show that we're on the right track. Now, are we there yet? We can't rest on it, but it's just continual plugging in and pressing, looking at data in a different way. We're working with the state BSI team. They come in every 2 weeks and evaluate what we're doing and give feedback. So just growing teachers, as teachers feel better about what they're doing and feel good and able to project that onto the students, we'll get there. And just changing the whole mindset around testing. So we talked about technology and writing and all that. This is like the first generation who don't have to see their parents write a letter. So we got a generation of people who grew up with parents with cell phones. So it's just teaching kids that some things take time, like turnaround schools take time, and you got to press in and keep going. We're going in the right direction. Is everything perfect? No, but we're learning lessons every day, and I believe we're going to get there. I believe this year we'll get that C.
Really?
I firmly believe that.
Well, look, I'm believing with you.
Yep.
Aren't we believing? Yes, we are. I mean, that's a good thing, because I see the effort that you're putting in it, because it is absolutely needed. I mean, that's not just with Warrington.
True. Yeah.
I'm not just because, like I said, with that stigma there with Warrington, it's not only needed there. It's every school there. I mean, I'm just being real.
Yes.
All of them need it. So we're just not singling out that area. Don't think that the other kids don't need help too, because there are difficulties there as well. But when it comes down to, what would you like to tell the community, since you've been there, how long now?
So this would be 7 months now.
Oh my God, you're a newbie.
Yes. I love it. Yeah.
What is it that you would like to put on the minds of the people now, since you've been there 7 months?
I think the biggest thing to me is I know there's a lot of passion around what goes on in school, passion in education. And sometimes what happens is parents get passionate about social things as far as how kids are being treated. And we have more conversations about stuff that matters, but not to the manner in which your child's pushing academically matters. So I would try to get my parents and the community just to retool the conversation, change the conversation, start asking kids instead of, it's okay, how was your day? What happened? Who did what? What did you learn? What did you take away from the day? So we need to get kids able to talk about not the latest gossip, not the latest, drama. What did you learn? What did you take away from the day? So if we can get that, then that will translate into the classroom with, kids feeling like learning is important. That's where the value needs to be. That's
you got
kind
kids
of what I
that young asking about the drama.
Yeah, we do.
Messy.
Messiness. And I don't want to paint it. Kids are kids.
Yeah.
This is when you're at the age of middle school. Of course, there's a lot of development still going on with the brain, and research shows that kids are more concerned about their peers than they are about pleasing mom and dad. So
exactly.
As a teacher
tell
and
mom and dad a
educator,
tale in a heartbeat.
We got to figure out how to navigate that. So it's some of that's to be expected.
Do you deal with any bullying?
We do. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think every school, anytime you're in a social settings, I have parents who say, I know my kid would never, but in a social setting, kids change. Like I said, their whole push is looking good in front of their peers. So sometimes we do have situations where people have reported bullying and we react and respond, I think in an appropriate way. We've changed classrooms, we had mediations, we've talked to parents, and if need be, if the Hope Scholarship is something that comes up, their kids have to transfer. I hadn't seen that happen this year, but it's available.
Wonderful. Then with that bullying, you hear that and it goes to a level that so deep, especially with the young kids, right? Yep. And if they are not, how do I word this? Mental health. I think all of that ties together.
Yes.
And is there counseling at the schools?
Yes. We do. We have a counselor, our own guidance counselor, and we do have a mental health counselor that we share with.
Are they embarrassed to get the help they need, though?
No. You know what? I will say one thing I'm seeing is kids do recognize and parents recognize when their children need some support. So I think the challenge we have is sometimes we don't have enough. I think that's countywide, there's just not enough. So the stigma that people have about, hey, my child needs help or I'm not well, I think that's kind of diminishing because I will say that's one thing that social media has. People are quick to say, I'm struggling with this. So I think that's one of the positive things that comes out of it. But how we handle that, we have to be ready as a community to give kids the resources.
And I think sometimes social media can expand things that shouldn't be expanded in a way that it is.
Yeah.
And especially, sometimes I say, oh my God, don't go that deep. I don't want to hear your life story. Don't tell me, because it's some of it and then somebody's going to add another word to take it to another level, and that causes issues there. And with our young people, well, since they live on these things, it's unbelievable what you see. But I see the road that you're painting. And with the staff that you have, because I know with, I gotta stop calling it Pastor.
Yes, yeah.
He is with you now, right? He is, what's his role? I mean, with that positivity he has.
Absolutely. So he, when I first got to school, he was a 7th grade English language arts teacher. And since then he's been promoted to a dean. So he's now a 6th grade dean. And his whole approach is not to just focus on the discipline side. He wants to encourage the kids. So he's planning this weekly celebration, recognition of kids who are, showing improvement. So just an overall positive person. And that's the type of person that you have to have, that mindset that kids get new grace every day. You have to have that mindset, because if you're holding a grudge over what a kid said,
you're never getting her.
You can't, because a 14-year-old, you can't make me that mad that I'm going to lose my composure. I can't come out of my character. You're 14. Discipline at the root means to teach. So if you're investing in teaching the kids how to behave, so I don't let kids say what's up to me. Now, it's just, people say, oh, you stand off. It's not that. I'm just trying to show them there's a position that I'm in. You say, you say what's up when you graduate. We'll talk later like that. But right now at this building, in the school, I love you, but I love you enough to teach you that it's just not appropriate at this moment to just be, what's up, Mr. Vick, what's up? And it might sound like...
No, it's not. I agree with you 150%.
Yeah. So.
I mean, some of the conversation I said, oh my God, that wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that 100%. No, what's up, Mr. Vick? No.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Vick. good afternoon.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? And also, that's preparing you for what you're going to roll out into the world with anyway.
Exactly.
Because if you get into work and go, what's up, man? I want to get a job. No.
Yeah.
You understand? If you do go say, what's up, it's filled. You understand what I'm saying? And I think what you're planting in this, and with the fact that you even assuring us that you think that the grade level is going to be up to that C.
Yes.
When the grading system come out this time, and then the next time you're going to strive for even higher.
Right.
Has it been a difference since the name change and with the vision that you have there? Has it really impacted that area with the kids and the parents and the neighborhood?
Yes, I think so. But people won't let Warrington Middle go. And I think some of that is good. It's good to remember so that you don't let things get back to where they were. It's good to remember, but
right.
Like you said, that preparatory, like what is that word? Unpack that word. What are we preparing for? What does academy mean?
Right.
Like, the difference between, am I just a student? Am I becoming a scholar?
Right.
What do scholars do? What are the behaviors that happen when you're in a preparatory academy?
Right.
So it's going to take a while. And
of
people
course.
need to seek success, because something about success is it brings more success. It's all the same principles that we live our life by. Success breeds more success. People are quickly drawn to something that's winning versus something that's not winning. So that's the game changer right there. We win, we bring more people who want to win.
Of course.
So.
Well, thank you. I mean, I tell you, everybody, we're talking about Warrington Preparatory Academy. My voice even changes when I say it now. With the principal, Vick, he's in with us today to talk to you about the things that he's implementing and the things that you can be a part of to make this even more of a success. We're going to talk more about that when we return right here on Sonshine Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
This is Charlie with RWB Spas in Pensacola. This is my #1 seller. It's the Bellagio Boo, which is aluminum frames and aluminum panels. We believe in the Charles Deming philosophy, which is quality, and we have the aluminum frames, aluminum panels, our thick inch base, and the latest, greatest technology on the market. RWB Spas, this is why everybody comes here. It's because they purchased the #1 seller in the country, rwbhottubs.com, and come meet Bambino.
Early in life, Tony found a love for craftsmanship through building furniture. Growing up in cabinet shops, he was drawn towards custom cabinetry, designing, and creating new and functional spaces. And to be able to share that passion with his clients, helping them turn their ideas into something special, making sure you get more for your investment.
Every kitchen and bath starts with your unique vision. I just bring it to life.
Master-built cabinets, beautifully handcrafted and customer designed.
Here we go. And welcome back to Sonshine's Corner on this Wednesday edition. Can you believe today is the 29th day of January 2025? It's not waiting on anybody.
Right.
Can you believe it's going so fast? We're already there. We're talking about February here this weekend. I mean, with all that snow last week, I wonder if the groundhog going to see his shadow. Isn't that February the 1st?
Second, yeah.
I mean, is he going to come out of that hole and no, they've had enough cold weather, let me bring in some heat?
Right.
Come on, Mr. Groundhog. But the fact of it is, we're talking with Mr. Vick today from Warrington Preparatory Academy, and the things that they are doing to cause the schools to become better. And so I really want to reiterate the fact that you need more from the community. You need volunteers. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, go to the website, and do the paperwork.
Right.
Get that background check done, and go to work and help. Mm-hmm. Collectively, when we put all of our resources together, there's nothing we can't do. And with your dean there, Are you implementing any type values? And I know it was taken out of school with prayer and faith. Yeah. You can't touch that like you want to, right?
Right.
Now, I think that was a wrongdoer when they took that out of school. You know, I think that I can remember when I was in school yesterday.
I like that.
Yesterday, that we did that every day. You know, we prayed. That's how I remember the 23rd Psalm to this day, because we said it every day. And with that, now I think that maybe when you get that at home, that will trickle over into the schools to make it more. And I'm going to be transparent. We were talking about even with the kids when they're fighting, because kids can fight. I got in one fight my whole life in school. And you know what? It was about a boy.
Wow, yeah.
My cousin gonna come to me, and you know what you said? I got to share this because it's funny. You said it's about, you know, they're on their phones. But I can remember in Mr. Pringle's room 109, when William Lee and Edward McCall got to talking junk to my cousin and called her to come at me, and I lost it. About a boy that I didn't like. But I see now, even though that was just yesterday, they're still doing it today.
True.
And it's like, but with the counselors, are they seeing where they're educating the girls on, because you said, I'm going to be transparent, because I want people to know really, that if you're having more of that disagreement with the girls, what is that nucleus there that's starting that? What is it that's causing that? I thought it was going to be the boys want to fight.
It's the social circle. It literally comes down to who they're with and what they talk about, what they discuss. Our girls, by data shows that they do get in more altercations than our boys. By, you know, we don't have fights every day, but when we do, if I get a call, I'm expecting this to be a girl, but a young lady's a fighting. And that's, we just have to do, I think, more to teach our young ladies about, you know, there's nothing weak about a woman or a young lady. Young women are strong. Young women are contributors to our society, to our country. So I think there's a sense of pride in I can do, I can perform, I can be, not just what I can, the squabble, the disagreements. I think we like to live in the disagreements versus living in the positivity and what's possible. So I'd like to see more people, even volunteers, young women who can come in who are positive influences for the young ladies. Maybe have a girls group and just come meet with the young ladies, pull them out 10 to 15 minutes and just talk about, you know, life.
Exactly.
Getting along with your sisters, your other young ladies. That needs to happen, because I see it reflected a lot, even in some, you know, community aspect. It's a quick rush to not mediate. It's a quick rush to kind of, let's see how we can get down and get this over with. And it's never over. Like, one fight is probably going to lead to another. So that's what young ladies need to understand. When you get into a situation like that, it's going to probably lead you to a suspension. You're going to miss out on school. And that's the last thing we want you to do.
Exactly.
We'd rather you talk it out.
You know, when you think about that, I'm always minded as you're speaking. Morgan Freeman, it was a movie. And when he went in that school, he had a baseball bat.
Yeah.
You remember that movie?
Yeah, that's what inspired me.
Really?
But it doesn't work. People don't know that after Joe Clark left that school 2 years later.
It was the same, it went back to the same thing. But the fact that he was showing when he went in there, it was all kinds of everything. But he made them feel that they were worthy of what they were receiving. And if you don't get this education, I see you with that bat.
Lock the doors.
Lock the door.
Get those chains off.
Yeah. But that movie had such a strong, message.
Yes.
And I see here, how long ago was that? That movie was, oh my God.
80s.
Yes,
probably
in the
80s.
80s.
87, 88.
Right, but I say that to say we're still dealing with that today in 2025.
Right.
So therefore, the foundation of that, of what he was doing, still works. But we got to find the time to apply it. Didn't mean walk around with a bat, it was his staff that he had. And I'll never forget when he said, "Well, then you go. You are fired if you can't be here with these kids." You know.
Right.
And I just see that.
I hope not too much, but yeah.
But I don't want to go to the part that never came back and said, but at the end of that show, those kids were all there in the gymnasium.
Celebrating together. Yep.
All of their successes.
Yep.
And they were intriguing to each other to get them going that way. I got to take you back to another.
Okay.
I mean, no, but I look at these things because I think all of these things are based on life.
Right.
What was it with Sidney Poitier? You may not even remember this movie.
I don't. I know you go. What's his name?
I can't think of the movie name now, but Sidney Poitier was great, but he was at this school in another country.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that, but what I'm asking of the parents is each movie was talking about they needed help from the community.
Yes.
And what we're saying today is what? We need help from the community to please be a part, to come out, and can people take tours?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That, to be honest, I would love to give anybody who thinks things are the same, like even if you see a transition and go, okay, these kids are moving around, and come and see the school. Come and walk through. There's a lot of misconceptions and people still hold on. Walk to school, see, it's quiet. Our kids are ready to learn. They're ready to go. They're there. I mean, I want better attendance, of course, but come see the school. I will walk you around personally.
Exactly.
Yeah, come see the school.
And change that mindset so you can change that narrative that's in the street.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't know, you're going to talk about what somebody else said, and when somebody else says something, they don't add 10 words to what's not true.
True.
And well, what you're doing is, with your staff, you say you have 70?
About 70 of us total, including every facilities and everybody, yep.
Oh, okay, good job. And for extracurricular activities for the kids, are you going to be implementing football teams, basketball teams, cheerleaders?
Yeah, so we play basketball. We compete in Escambia County sports. So we have volleyball going on. We will have track and field. Right now we have a running club, have a number of clubs, anime club. We have tutoring. So we have a number of things going on before and after school. So it's happening.
Okay.
But for the 9th grade, I'm not, because of sheer numbers, we're only going to have like 100, 150 students. I'm not ready yet to commit to athletics yet.
Right.
But I think by year 2, we can grow from like club athletics to like real school sports. Because if you think about football, high school football takes about 50 kids. We got 125 kids in the high school. Roughly half of those students will be female students. So I don't think we can really field a football team.
You won't be able
fully.
to have a football team.
Maybe flag football, maybe lacrosse or something.
Right.
Whatever, just.
But you said you got volleyball, right?
Right, we have volleyball.
Okay, things like that. And you're working on basketball, because I saw that I saw on the website also. I saw a picture there with somebody way across dunking that ball. Because I'm saying these are things that inspire kids that want to do something because of there is something there for them. You understand what I'm saying? And sports is one of those things.
True.
And you're implementing those things. So ladies and gentlemen, please volunteer. If you have not seen or been to the school lately, call.
Yeah, I'll walk you.
Get us, to make sure that they understand they can come by and do a tour.
Yes.
And understand what you're bringing that's so much better for the community. And I applaud you on that, because it is absolutely needed. I believe collectively, and I say this every single day, if we all work together with our children, there's nothing we can't do.
Exactly.
Our children are our tomorrows.
Yes.
So let's train them up in the way that we feel that they should go. Let's teach them the things, and academics is one they gotta have to be successful in tomorrow. I'm gonna say this, Principal. You know how some people, you hear things like, oh, over there, that's in that neighborhood, that's it. No, don't. I want us to come out of that way of tearing ourselves down and learn to build ourselves up. One of those kids over there can be the next black president. Instill that in them. Let's do that, and let's stop cutting them down with the words, because there's so much power in words.
True.
And with what you're doing and bringing to the table with the staff, I know that it's going to be a success. Because I see that you're putting your heart, you came all the way from way down there. And then you came back from other places, and that's another thing.
Yeah.
You came a long way to be a part of this. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We got more coming your way right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis, or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
Let's go. It's time to find a health plan that can keep up with your life. A plan that makes getting care convenient, with doctors around the corner.
I can get used to that.
Plus, 24/7 access to care. Plans that keep more money in your pocket, with plan payments as low as $0.
$0. Looks good to me.
Let's find your health solution. Speak to a dedicated Florida Blue agent today. Call 1-850-393-7036 to learn more.
From wanting the perfect dress for the most important day of your life to simply wanting to look your best, let 2 Times a Lady be your saving grace. Whether you're looking for an elegant A-line gown or a trendy cocktail dress, our expert staff will help you find the perfect fit. 2 Times a Lady has been dressing ladies in Pensacola since 1983. Call us at 850-474-3778 or stop by the store at 2755 East Olive Road. We can help you find the ideal dress for your event.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Hump Day edition. Today's Wednesday is all downhill from your end. We're talking with Principal Vick from Warrington Preparatory Academy, which I just love to say it. Let's say it together, class. Warren Preparatory Academy.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I love that. It has power behind that name.
It does.
You know? Now, what is it that you want to talk to the audience about today?
So I love the way the conversation is going, but I invite parents to apply for the high school.
Okay.
If you have a 9th grader, you're not sure where your child's going to go to school next year, even if you're questioning whether we're going to have transportation or not, go ahead and go to our website. There's an enroll tab at the top. Scroll down and you'll find the 9th grade information. In fact, even to share more about the 9th grade, I'm going to be doing lives on our Facebook page, on the Warrington Prep Facebook page, just to talk to parents and answer questions about what's going to happen with the 9th grade. I think parents will be surprised by the offerings. And one thing I will say, people perish because of lack of knowledge, lack of information. If you're unclear about whether your child can go to a college or, go to a good high school,
right?
There are going to be so many offerings. There's so much money, so much scholarship money out there for students, even if you don't have a lot of wealth. There's so much out there. So I challenge parents. That's what I did at my past job. I ran a high school, and the number of kids who didn't know what their options were was kind of shocking to me. By the time I left there, I had a young lady who pressed us to provide more advanced coursework, and she ended up competing for the Questbridge Scholarship, which is a super exclusive scholarship that pays
Chills went through me when you said that.
Yeah, a stipend to go to colleges like Harvard, Yale. So from Warrington, you can be at a Harvard or Yale. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily leave Warrington and never come back.
Yes.
But you can get that world-class education. And what parents sometimes in the community needs to understand, education is good, but building a network of people and foundation of people who can help support what you want to do is even better.
Right.
So
and
check out
can't
the
you
high
see
school.
the passion that we're having right here? Don't you see the passion coming from the principal? So, I mean, come on, get those students registered.
Right.
I mean, come on, so they can get that. If you haven't made the decision, here is your answer.
Yeah.
Come on, and let the school do what they got to do.
Pop onto the live. Let's talk. I answer many questions I can. Now, if it gets anything negative, I'm not going to address that because
there you go.
I can't. People don't. I get some comments on Facebook. I can't go back and forth with people on Facebook.
I know the feeling.
Come talk to me. We'll talk face to face.
I know the feeling.
I just can't do that.
I know the feeling.
It's not a good use of my time. I rather talk about what's possible.
And I encourage everybody, if you have not gone to their website, go.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of things that's going to be intriguing to you. Because I just kept going through and I said, now I see this, and I click through and see this. Everything is there that you need to know to be a part of the growth and the rebirth of Warrington Preparatory Academy.
Right.
So don't just sit there and say, get up and do. We can do anything that we put our mind to.
Exactly.
We can train up our children to be anything that we want them to be.
Exactly.
So, but let them start there. And he's teaching them so much. And I tell you, the staff there, because I know the dean was on me about getting you on. He was on me, okay? And I appreciate that because there's something that they need to know.
Right.
And I'm going to personally invite you back. So after the grading period, come back. And let's talk about the A's, the B's, the C's, whatever we got to do, the things that we've increased and gotten better with.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
So
I'll be glad to come back.
I mean, I love it. And I want the, I looked over there because I heard something. But the fact of it is, I want people to realize that this is really an academy that's new in Pensacola, that's growing and growing on a positive note.
Right.
And it all boils down to what you and your staff come together to put to implanting our kids so that they can be better citizens.
Absolutely.
You know? And
Absolutely.
I just appreciate the fact, the time that what you're taking with the curriculum, even down to being a personable person, how you're instilling in them what it takes, you know, because I think with some of our younger people, they love fast, quick things, but they got to realize it's not going to be just like that. It's a process.
Right.
And the process that you're doing, education, like I said, I've been around it my whole life, and I know what it takes. And the fact that you're taking that to do it, you said something to me that speaks volumes, that you moved here to do that.
Right.
To try to turn this school around and look at the success that you're already having. So I let you know that you're implementing things that are right. Now for people, I heard you say that you needed possibly people to even work. Is the same process? What areas are you looking for? Educators?
So we are definitely looking for educators. People who are licensed, certified, pursuing their certifications. I'm always looking for talent. That doesn't mean I'm just trying to fire people or anything like that.
Of course
We're just
not.
always looking for talent. So we never know what the changes may be coming up for the summer. We are having immediate need for those high school positions. I have an immediate need for a student services counselor type. Have immediate need for tutors who can work up to 5 hours a day, 25 hours a week, to be pushing in the classrooms, helping with small groups. Have an immediate need for an ESE teacher. So we do have needs.
A what?
ESE, exceptional student.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Special education is
right.
People. So we have some needs there. So we're just always looking to expand and get new talent. People who want to work. Got to have the right heart for kids. Like,
most certainly.
You got to have the right heart because this is hard work. Education is sometimes thankless. And like I said, we spend most of the waking hours. I like to tell my teachers, the best hours of your day are usually spent with people's kids who are not your own.
Exactly.
So you got to understand this is a privilege. We get to do this. I didn't, coming to this job, when I came to Warrington, when I walked to school, when I met the staff, I felt a calling to kind of be here. I felt like a peace about being here. Now, has it been easy? Absolutely not.
Of course not.
It's not easy, but nothing ever worth it is going to be easy.
Didn't I tell you? We're on the same page.
Yeah.
And it is because when you got to do that, and the fact of it is, and I kept hearing when you were saying that, we as the parents, the adults, it starts with us too. Let's get rid of that negative talk that we called.
Yep.
Let's remember that it's not Warrington Middle. Let's remember now that it's Warrington Preparatory.
Yes.
Academy.
Yes.
And if we speak those things that are not, as though they already were, then that's what they're going to be.
Yep.
But let's not let it be that way. So if we're talking this to our children, let's talk the positive things to our kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there doing this today. Study hard.
Yep.
Bring me a good grade. Tell me what you're going to learn. Let me know what you did today. Give them some oomph when they're going out the door.
Right.
So they can feel excited about going to receive the knowledge that's going to give them the power to do what they need to do. I agree with you 100%. But let's go back and give a recap on everything you need, everything that you're doing, and how they can get in touch. Is there ways that they can call you? I know at school they can.
They can call the school. Am I a hard person to get in contact? Now, some parents might. I am in a little bit. Some parents do have my personal cell phone.
Okay.
I don't advise that, but somehow I just need to communicate with them, so they'll text me here and there. Reach out. My team will get in touch with me.
Absolutely.
Emails are nice, but I really like for you to call and leave a message so I can know that, I get a lot of emails. Any one of my team members, Mr. Lovely, who's the assistant principal, couldn't be here today. Dr. McCaster, assistant principal. My whole administrative team, Dean Bowman, Dean Adams, each one of those people, they're more than accommodating. So just reach out. I would love to personally take you on a tour. Any parent that's out there that wants to stop by and check out Warrington Preparatory Academy. So, and I don't want to I do want to say also thank you to Escambia County School District. We have a good partnership, working with a great team of people there that come in, they help support the school. So, I mean, we communicate well. So this is a collective effort. If this is something that you want to be a part of, a collective effort to help Warrington Preparatory Academy and the whole community of Warrington. We all win when Warrington Preparatory Academy wins.
That's right.
Like the whole community. It can be a whole center of rejuvenation. The school can be a hub for the community to come in.
Of course.
For people to pick up skills. And even as part of the Triumph grant that we are under, parents, we're going to create a way for you to get certified in some of these same things.
Thank you.
Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. Come and get certified and get some skills that'll actually help you get a certificate in cybersecurity so you can get you a job or something if you want a different opportunity. So.
And then think about all of that, and you can be able to help your kids too.
Exactly. So.
Because if a child comes to you and say, "Mom, I need this," and you say, "Ooh, what's this, French?" I mean, but that'll give you the tools to help with your children. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you took the time to come in today. And I'm going to reiterate the fact that I want to have you back, especially when you get your grades out.
Yes, we'll love to come back.
Please.
And I'm gonna bring the whole team.
Hey, let's have the team so we can the dream team, so that we can make that work. Because I really want to be there, and I want to say this to all of the sororities, fraternities: be that person to call to help. Be that person to go out to Warrington Preparatory Academy to help. Thank you again for coming in today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
No doubt. Everybody, I tell you, it's been a fantastic day. And we have had a great conversation talking with Principal Vick today from Warrington Preparatory Academy. But listen, I really want to stress this really, really strongly for all of our sororities and our fraternities. Here's something you can do to be a part of the community. Leaving you as I do every single day, my friends. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember to keep God first in whatever you do. And believe me, if you handle any situation like that, I guarantee you're going to be a total success. Until tomorrow at 9 o'clock, be with another day of nothing but information about what the new president's doing. Until then, my friends, know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. We're going to have fun tomorrow. Trust me, you're going to hear some things that you have not thought about right here on Sunshine's Corner. Thank you.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.